Welcome to Johnson City, Tennessee. Just a quick 45 minutes northwest of Asheville, Johnson City, Tennessee has all the makings of an up-and-coming travel destination. With close proximity to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, the Blue Ridge Parkway, the Appalachian Trail, ski resorts, mountain biking trails, lakes, and rivers, it is an adventure seeker's dream. Not to mention all the fun stuff there is to do downtown, like local breweries, beautiful parks, and award-winning restaurants. I think Johnson City is a great alternative if you are looking to avoid the hustle and bustle of Asheville, but want to still get all the benefits of a Smoky Mountain getaway. Hey y'all, and welcome. If you're new here, I'm Christi, the GenX Gypsy, helping you to travel better so you can focus on creating unforgettable memories. And today we are creating some unforgettable memories here in Johnson City, Tennessee. If you are an outdoor adventure travel fan and you're looking to maybe go somewhere close to the Great Smoky Mountains or the Blue Ridge Parkway, I would highly suggest that you consider Johnson City, Tennessee. I'm lucky enough to be here this weekend for a girls' getaway weekend with a native Johnson City gal. And she is letting us in on all of the secret stuff that you need to know before you go to Johnson City. But first, let's do some hiking. Okay, we're out of the car and we are on our first hike of the weekend. This is called Beauty Spot, and we're hiking up here. We're starting about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Had a little bit of a rough start this morning with the tire issue. Got it resolved, but it did take about an hour of our trip out. So now we're heading up about 2.5 miles and we'll have a beautiful sunset picnic to finish up today. One of the first things to know about Johnson City is how quickly you can hop onto the famous Appalachian Trail. Some of the trailheads are less than 20 minutes away, like this hike, the Beauty Spot. This means you have a good chance of encountering some of the 3,000 brave and intrepid souls who are attempting to hike the entire 2,190 miles from Georgia to Maine. And that's what happened to us on this very first hike of the weekend. We're supposed to tell this guy that yard sale sent us and see if we can get a Jim Beam shot. Knock, knock. Yard sale sent us. He said that you might have a Jim Beam shot for one of us. I'm Christi, by the way.
Hey, Christi.
I'm the only one who's brave enough to get a shot from you.
My name's Somo.
So where are you traveling from, Somo?
Key West, Florida. It's a freshie.
Oh,
I brought 3 of them.
that's awesome.
I was excited when I got to the store yesterday.
So you started in Georgia. Did you hike all the way from Key West?
No, I started at, Amicalola Falls,
Okay.
on April 3rd.
Cool. So what's your estimated?
I got a buddy that had the same start date that finished on August 13th, and it's my goal to beat him. I'm trying to haul out.
Yeah. Well, you got good weather. I mean, supposedly.
This week looks like a coin flip, but it's been pretty nice thus far. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you so much. I wish I have some. You know what I do have for you? Put lunch in here.
Oh, I'm not picky, whatever.
Okay. Do you
Thank
need a
so much.
poncho?
No thanks.
Okay. There you go.
Awesome. Oh, I love the goo.
We're going to the Grand Canyon, so
Cool.
we're kind of training to do the down and up in one day.
Oh, that's no joke.
Yeah, that's what we've heard.
I think that's the most people get hospitalized the most on that trail.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. It says do not do this. Yeah.
But you know, rules are there to be broken, right? So the big plan was to hike up here and have a beautiful sunset with wine and cheese and crackers and all the accoutrements, but it has started raining. So we've got about another half a mile to go. Hopefully it'll stop raining by then and we'll get to have a little bit enjoyment of the sunset. But, you know, nature, it happens. Well, luckily the rain has stopped and we actually get a little bit of a sunset view. This is Beauty Spot Hike, and it's about a 2.3 mile hike up to this clearing that you have a panoramic view of the mountains, and it is just gorgeous. It's supposed to be one of the most spectacular places when you're visiting Johnson City to come and watch a sunset. In fact, there's a huge party up here having a big bonfire right now. It's been a stunning first hike of the weekend. A great way to end a 7-hour drive. Good morning, you guys. For today's hike, we are doing the Pinnacle Fire Tower Trail. It is in Unicoi County, just outside of Johnson City, and it's about a 4.8 mile trek up to the fire tower. So we'll be doing about 10 miles round trip today. It has a great parking lot with really, really nice facilities at the trailhead. There is even a cute little kiddie park right next door. And if you are a mountain biker, there are tons of mountain bike trails. Well, we made it to the top of the fire tower. It is super steep stairs to get up here to the platform, but well worth it. The view is incredible. If you are looking for a hike that is, going to be kind of a challenge, but it won't take that much time, this is a really good one to do, especially if you get started earlier in the day. Then you'll still have time in the afternoon to do other things. It took us a little less than 2 hours to do the 4.8 miles up here, and we'll see how long it takes us to get down. So it took us right at 4 hours to do that hike, and we were going at a pretty easy pace, and we did a nice little snack lunch up at the fire tower, as you saw. Like I said before, it's a great trail to do if you want to do something in the morning, get a really good solid workout in, and then go and enjoy the rest of your afternoon. No matter where you are enjoying nature, remember to practice leave no trace. If you're looking for a place to stay in Johnson City, unfortunately, Grandmother's house is not available to rent. However, I do have linked below in the description some locally recommended Airbnbs that you can go check out. Oh, hi, birds. One of the best places to get pizza in Johnson City is Rox Woodfired Pizza, located out on the Bristol Highway. Although they have a diverse menu, their pizza is what the locals come for. And if you like a little kick, you should definitely try the buffalo chicken pizza. Their cocktail menu is also very creative and tasty. Good morning. Today we are starting our hike off at a breezy 5,500 feet elevation here at the Carvers Gap. We are literally on the border of North Carolina and Tennessee. Well, today didn't quite go as planned. We started a little late and we stopped to get some coffee. Then when we got up here to the trailhead and we looked at the map was a little deceptive. If you come up here to do the Carvers Gap Roan Mountain hikes, just know that this map is Willy Wonka. It's very deceptive. If you want to go take a hike this way, you're actually going to go across the street and start over there. And if you want to go on the hike this way, you're going to actually go to the right and head up the mountain. So just know this is not correct, and you probably should come with your own map and directions before you start. So we started off in one direction. Into the forest we go. There's that but the heart rate's up. And we got almost 2 miles in when we realized that this wasn't really the trail that we had decided we were going to do today. So we turned around and came back down. Now that we've gotten our almost 4-mile warm-up hike out of the way, we're going to start on the hike we really came here to do. Because there's no signage up here at the Carvers Gap trailhead, it's a little confusing about which direction to go. And there's lots of trails that lead from here. Our goal is to go on the Roan Bluff Knob hike or trail. Took us a little while to find the real trailhead for the trail that we wanted to go on. If you want to do the High Knob Trail, when you park here at the Carvers Gap trailhead, go all the way to the right and you'll see a tiny little Appalachian Trail sign. And then there is the actual trailhead to head up to the Roan High Knob hike, which is what we're going to do next. And it's about 1.6 miles up. Well, actually we're going to a slightly different area, but close enough to that. But we're glad we did. We saw some amazing old ruins of the Cloudland Hotel. According to the trail guides, this chimney here is a remnant of the old Cloudland Hotel Inn.
Hotel.
Hotel. So there actually used to be a hotel sitting in this spot where we are standing right now. It's kind of hard to believe. I bet you there's some good ghost stories up here. The Cloudland Hotel, perched on this knoll, reflected the grand style of the late 1800s, when fine ladies and gentlemen often escaped the city for the summer. Built about 1884, this 3-story resort catered to both pleasure seekers and sufferers of hay fever. Achoo! The hotel straddled the Tennessee-North Carolina state line. In fact, a stripe was painted on the floor through the middle of the dining room and down the length of the long banquet table. Of practical value, this line showed where guests could legally drink alcoholic beverages and where they couldn't. In Tennessee, it was legal to consume alcohol, while in North Carolina, it was not. Legend tells of a North Carolina sheriff who lingered around the hotel ready to nab anyone who stepped over the state line with a drink. And then after we went past that, we decided it was probably time to turn around because the weather was supposed to get a little rough, and it had been nice so far, but we decided not to take our chances. And on the way back down, we stopped at this really cool cabin shelter that is the tallest shelter that is built on the Appalachian Trail for the hikers to use. And it was already getting used by a few hikers who were smart enough to get out of the weather early. So this little cabin behind me is the highest built shelter that is on the Appalachian Trail, and it is being well used today. There is a rainstorm coming in, so you can see the smoke going, and several people are already in there. It's a great little cabin. It is a very steep hike to get up here. As we left there and started the mile back down to the car, we did hear thunder. Oh, shit. In case the GoPro didn't catch it, that was thunder. And mountains are not a good place to be in a thunderstorm. Question is, does the thunder make us faster than the snakes? And it started pouring. As you can see in the car right now, we're soaking wet, and yeah, it's raining. Now we are trading in our hiking shoes and heading out to put on our downtown boots. Or boots for me. I don't think Mary's wearing any boots. As with many outdoorsy, adventurous cities and towns around the country, craft brewing is a big deal here. Downtown, there are 6 microbreweries in less than a half mile, and Johnson City hosts the Thirsty Orange Beer Festival every April, which has been ranked in the top 5 of national beer festivals by Beer Yeti. Unfortunately, we just missed it. One of the most fascinating historic facts, or some might say rumors, about Johnson City is that during Prohibition, it was a secret hub for many famous crime bosses. Because the city is conveniently located about halfway between Chicago and Miami, and there was a booming moonshine and bootlegging business operating in the mountains, Johnson City was the perfect spot for gangsters like Al Capone to set up shop. In fact, the city celebrates this shady past annually with a little Chicago festival downtown every August. A trip to Johnson City is not complete without a dinner at Label, the city's #1 restaurant according to and voted on by the locals. Serving everything from sushi to southern soul food, there is definitely something here for everyone. In fact, I decided to just have sides for my dinner because they all looked so good. And don't be fooled by that description, steakhouse. The prices here are super reasonable, but you will need a reservation. The one place you cannot miss on your visit to Johnson City is Pal's Sudden Service. This local kitschy fast food chain was founded in 1956, shortly after McDonald's, and is only found in northeastern Tennessee and southwest Virginia. I liked it so much that we ended up going twice. After our hike on Sunday, we stopped and we had their Frenchy fries with their special seasoning.
Frenchy fries with a special seasoning sauce, and they are delicious. And they're not just delicious because we just hiked close to 11 miles. They are really delicious.
And I had a loaded hot dog. It was so good. Then we returned Monday on our way out of town for their famous biscuits and gravy, breakfast sandwiches, and cheddar rounds, which are these little cheesy hash browns. Everything was delicious. Just make a note to arrive before 10:30 a.m. if you want to try their breakfast menu.
If you would like to see how I packed for this trip to Johnson City, check out this video next.